I'm so done with dating. I'm so done with casual dating. I'm so done with trying to find the love of my life. Like, bro, I'm 30 years old. I'm 30 years old. And these men in 2026 are not doing it for me. They're they're just not. I don't know if it's LA. I don't know if it's the whole world, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna try and be single for the rest of my life because every time I even try and step outside and go on a date, I realize how much effort I'm putting into something that does not put in effort ever, ever. Like, I don't know what it is. Men in 2026, they want everything. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. Like, they don't want one person, they want a million of them. And then the best one to come, they'll drop you in a heartbeat. So that's how I feel about dating in 2026.
Complain so much about the very things they like to do to men. You go out during the week with several guys, and even after committing to one, you still keep your options open. When you find someone better positioned, you drop the guy. But then you get upset if a man does the same thing to you. It really bothers the women in this video that men don't want to date them in 2026. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and without further introduction, let's get started.
I'm sorry, dating in 2026 needs to be studied. It needs to be studied because what is going on out there is horrendous. I have not dated a man properly in like over 10 years and I just don't understand what is going on. Why do they act like they need to be chased? And if you don't message, then they're not going to message you. What is happening? Because I just thought, okay, maybe it's just one person, they're not that interested. But this keeps happening like all of the time. And every girl that I speak to is confirming that this is normal. Of course, I'm not naive to think that when you're dating, these people are totally single. Everyone has someone. I so get that. But when I was dating my ex, he made it very known that like, yeah, I want you. Like, we're going to be together. And that was it. And we just fell in love really quick. There is so many mind games, there is so much uncertainty. It's like you don't know whether you should be messaging or not. I just wish people could speak with their heart and their like true intentions, and then things would just move so much quicker.
Someone tell me why literally every single option when it comes to moving the conversation off a dating app feels wrong. Every single one of them. Snapchat, to me, it's giving immature and cheater vibes. Sorry, personal opinion. Instagram, I don't want to give that for two reasons. Because then I can't share the tea on my Instagram. And then also, I don't want him to create a perception of who he thinks I am based off my post before actually meeting me in real life. I just, not yet, thank you. Thirdly, if I give him my number, then if he's smart like me, then he's going to search my number up on Pay ID and then find out my last name, and then he's going to give me a good old internet stalk, and then he's going to end up finding my social media after all. So I just feel like none are a good option. So what are we doing? Where are we moving the conversation to? Please don't say Snapchat.
Gotcha, bitch!
Okay, so the most challenging thing about being single, if you've been single for long enough, you get to this weird place where you're so happy and so content being by yourself, hanging out by yourself, cooking your own meals, sleeping in your own bed. When you think about sharing that space with men, I'm sorry. I'm aware that I have to overcome this, okay, because I don't want to be alone forever. But to share my sacred place with a man, I just don't think it's ever going to fucking happen. No. Ew.
The longer a woman stays single, the harder it is for you to date her. That woman is already 30. She has routines, friends, and habits that are deeply rooted in who she is. So how is that woman not going to want a man in her space? Men are following their own path. They're not sitting around waiting for any woman to enter their lives without bringing something to the table. Just look at that woman who loves to criticize her dates on social media. Do you think a man would want to go on a date with a woman who's later going to evaluate him, good or bad, with strangers online? Who's going to share private conversations with the world? Because today's date becomes tomorrow's story time. Men are learning, and they're sending these women to the wall because of their ridiculous standards, like the women you're about to see.
Dating program for 2026 because we are running a tight ship this year. Number one, if he has kids, cut. If he still talks or even mentions his ex to me, absolutely cut. If he's not making more money than me, absolutely cut. You follow the last person that you slept with, you're cut. If you're under 6'2", cut. I'm 5'9", for reference, okay? 6'2" is the bare minimum. If he can't communicate his feelings and he's not emotionally intelligent, cut. That'll turn into a fight for the both of us, and we just don't want that. If he tells me what I can and can't wear or what I can and can't post, cut. If he wakes up after 9 p.m., cut. That's only a me thing. Uses Snapchat, still has it downloaded on his phone, cut. Care about what people think, cut. You should be too busy to care about anything. You're busy working. If you talk about another woman, absolutely cut. If you don't work out more than me, cut. If you'd rather choose a boys' night over hanging out with me, cut. If you'd leave me undelivered for more than 3 hours and it's not because of work, cut. Thank you. Have a great day.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I'll be re-entering the dating scene in 2026 and we are running a tight schedule. So these are the things that are going to get you cut. If you expect a pat on the back for doing the bare minimum, you're cut. If you only do the bare minimum, you're cut. If you follow any lustful accounts, you're cut. If you have Snapchat, you're cut. If you try to use my past against me, you're cut. If you're rude to waiters, what's wrong with you? You are cut. If you complain about our relationship to other people, especially other women, you're cut. If you're not chivalrous, you're cut. If you have unresolved mommy issues, you're cut. I'm already a mommy to one beautiful baby and I don't need another child. If you look over my shoulder while I'm on your phone, you're cut. If you only do things for recognition, you can take your gold star and get out of here. If you lead towards avoidant attachment style, you're emotionally unavailable, or have a lot of narcissistic tendencies, you're cut. If you play video games, you're cut. If you don't know how to take accountability for your actions, you're cut. If you're a 50-50 boy, you're cut. If you have a corn addiction or any other unmanaged addictions, you're cut. If you take PEDs or in general very insecure about yourself and your body and your appearance, you're cut. If you tell me I'm asking for too much, you're cut. If you don't know how to plan a date, you're cut. And if your response to this video is, what do you bring to the table? You're cut. For some people, this might be a strict program, but for me, it's the bare minimum. Happy dating.
While I'm here, I thought maybe we'll do another rant as well. So dating is so out for 2026. It's not even fucking funny. The clarity, headspace, consistent mood, lack of fucking emotional roller coaster is top tier. So at the end of last year, I grew some balls and I went on Hinge again, fucking randomly. And there was this hot guy on there and I was like, wow, this guy's hot. Anyway, he was so funny and nice and super keen to catch up. The day rolls around that we're meant to be catching up and he goes, I don't know, it's kind of weird to be meeting someone off an app. And I was like, what are you doing here? I don't want a fucking pen pal. That was one of my prompts. That was quite funny, might I add. Oh, never again. Like, I'm dedicating this year to me. 100%. Love that for me. Bye, love you.
Ridiculous standards from the blonde girl, but it's even more ridiculous hearing them from a single mother. At least some people might give the first one a pass. Now let me tell you something. Imagine if men walked around with the same standards these women have. Instead of talking about height, they'd say, if you weigh this much, you're out. Or they'd mention certain professions, for example, psychologist or lawyer, you're out. It sounds ridiculous, but it's the same thing they're doing. Just imagine being told that if your body count is higher than 3, you're out. Single mother? You're out too. It sounds bad, right? But according to these women, it's perfectly fine when they do it. They disqualify 80% of men. That's why I'm glad to see how this girl went looking for that 20% on the app, and he told her he'd rather not. That's what it feels like to be disqualified. Let's continue.
Women.
In 2026, I'm getting back on the dating scene, but we're running a tight ship around here. So here's my program structure, as I heard someone else call it. Here's what will get you cut. If you have a Snapchat, you're cut. If you scream at a video game, you're cut. If you tell me your ex was crazy, either we have a sit-down dinner or you're cut. If you complain about a relationship to another woman, you're cut. If you follow any lustful accounts, you're cut. If you try to act nonchalant, you're cut. If you buy a girl anything, even a bottle of water, you're cut. Who cares if she's parched? If you compare me to your ex, you're cut. If you tell me you don't remember when I ask you a question, let me remind you, we're done. If you have any of your ex's phone numbers, you're cut. If you take too long to post me, you're cut. I'm not asking to be posted. If you have friends who cheat, you're cut. If you look over my shoulder as I'm on your phone, picking a song, putting in the GPS, anything, if I find you looking over my shoulder, take your phone back and your stuff too. If you talk to a female coworker in any context other than work, you're cut. Clock out or get locked out. What are you doing talking to her? If you have a girl best friend, you're cut. If you bring up my past or try to use it against me, you're cut. If you tell me what to wear, you're cut. If you have a bad reaction or a jealous reaction to what I'm wearing, you're cut. If you ask me who I'm posting for, you're cut. If you ask me what my post means, you're cut. If you tell me to delete a picture, you're cut. If you are disrespectful to any of my friends, you're cut. If you hesitate to give me your phone, you're cut. If you call my stuffed animals anything but their name, you're cut. If you like a girl's bikini picture, you're cut. And if you follow any of your past situationships or flings that lasted over 2 hours. Either you met a pretty girl and you never spoke to her again, anything other than 2 hours, you are breaching my trust. Thank you. May the best man win.
I am so sick of being the man in every single relationship that I've decided for my next prospect I'm going to set up an obstacle course, okay? So number one, the first obstacle is changing a tire. You would think it's simple, but in today's society, men don't know how to do basic tasks like build a house or change a tire. Number two, they have to shoot a moving target. Now, if you're not into the whole shooting thing, football that shit, you know, like it's okay. But you have to hit a moving target, like a football field distance away. Like it shouldn't be that hard, okay? Number three, build one piece of IKEA furniture, and it can't be something simple. It has to be like the shelving unit, or it has to be like a bed frame, something that's going to make them go insane, okay? It shouldn't be that difficult. I'm not asking for the world. I'm asking for these three things, okay?
Fuck up, you crazy bitch whore!
Who knew that saying I would require a non-refundable deposit to take me on a date in 2026 would send so many broke men into a spiral? It's almost like they forget that I am paying for a babysitter, transportation, nails, hair, makeup, time, effort. Most of those things cost me money. And yes, I am now dating with intention. I am dating to marry, and I am going to marry a provider. And if that offends you in any way, you were never my target audience. It's like so funny to me that my content is actually rage bait for angry men, because I originally started posting for the girls and just to connect with like other single moms and women in general. But triggering men actually accidentally just became my favorite new hobby. So I'm going to keep doing that.
Mother asking for a deposit just to go out with her. No, but it's true. Worse things are coming, like the Bible says. Just listen to the standards of these young women. This is a perfect example of the bad influence of social media. Do you know how absurd it is for a woman to tell me, "You're out"? If my friends are unfaithful, what the hell do I have to do with what other people do in their lives? When her friends are dating 2 or more guys at the same time, does that mean we should disqualify her too? And honestly, who in their right mind would pay to go out with a single mother? Now that Chad left her with a child, now she wants to get married. Now she wants a provider. That's why people say they choose the man they're attracted to when they want to get pregnant. But once they're single mothers, they start looking for a father for their kids. Brothers, don't fall for that trap. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Do you think it's valid that men are walking away from dates in 2026? What do you think about the single mother with unrealistic standards? If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.